Hello, everyone. Miss Downs here with a new lesson today. This one is, we're going to talk about masks today. Masks have become quite a big part of our lives these past month or two, and not in the normal way that we think of masks. We think of masks maybe in Halloweens or parades and things like that. So I want to kind of take it back a little bit past what we're using with, here's my mask that I use when we go outside. So I want to bring masks back to where they started. So they've always been a part of cultures all over the world, and even people that don't have connection to one another have this tendency to want to create masks. It's a form of celebration, a form of expression, a form of strength. So I want to just really quickly review, bring it back to historical masks for a second. So bear with me, I want to share my screen, show you a little bit about this video that I found, and let you see a little bit about some African indigenous masks and cultures. So I just want to make sure, turn that down. We don't really need the sound. So here we're starting in Africa. Now, African masks are used as a reference to strength, nobility, also what's important in their cultures. So the animals, you can see the horns on the mask. So it's a very, very large and very different, because Africa is so big. But you're seeing these masks actually used. So masks are part of tradition and expression in many cultures in countries in Africa. Sometimes size is referenced to importance, and colors just based on what's available in regards to how we can actually paint and add details. Now, Egyptian masks. Egypt is also in Africa. It's at the very top of Africa, so the very north part. And most people don't realize how big Africa is. Africa is actually, we could fit 3 entire United States in the continent of Africa, probably more than that. So here we see Egyptian, very different than the African masks we just saw, and clearly gold is important. And the paints that they used were reflective of skin color and things that were important to them. Now, Venetian masks, this is over in Italy for Venice. Now, these are very different masks. And these are very ornamental and have very theatrical effect, expressive, a lot of crystals and sparkles and vibrant colors, very, very intriguing, ornamental, with velvets and different kinds of cloths used to add to their dramatic effect. Here we see the theater masks, the actor, happy and sad, and you can kind of see that just with the feathers to add to this more grandeur and more presentation to when someone walks into the room, to all just through this subtle little mask that just only covers the eyes. And then here we have one that's just kind of a little cheeky, but still quite fun, kind of a rascal, if you will. And now we're going to Ecuador. Ecuador is all the way over on the other side of the planet. Now you can see that these are wood, so also the materials that are used are dependent upon where they are from. So you can see, just like any masks all over the world, eyes, nose, mouth, sometimes ears are portrayed, sometimes not, hair, adornment, and here in these Ecuadorian masks, you can see that the colors that they've chosen are very different. They're vibrant, like the Venetian masks, but they're vibrant in a different way. Their yellows are richer, their reds are redder, and the colors are just more striking. They're very rich colors. Let's do one more location. What do we have coming? Oh, Indigenous Americans, or Native Americans, but I like to say Indigenous Americans because they were here first. Now, like I said, markings tend to be very different depending on the location. This looks like an owl mask. And things that are important to a group of people are how they express themselves through masks, what they see, and how they experience the world. Here you can see it used in dance, maybe a celebration for both children and adults. And a lot of indigenous cultures really use a lot of animal representations in their masks, as you can see here. Wood was once again, you can also see masks out of clay, paper, and also velvets and cloths. Real quick, we'll go into the Japanese because they're very different. Look how striking those are. Those are definitely out to get an emotional response, like almost fear-based in a way. So let's stop there, and then we'll talk about our project. Okay, we're back. I just want to move this paper over just a little bit so you can see. You can do this either on flat paper, or if you have materials at home, cardboard, cups, things that you can cut, paste, whatnot, you can actually make a full mask and do antlers and whatever you want to do and however you want to express yourself in this project. It's completely fine. So I'm just going to do kind of this oval, but with little points on the top, just to make it a little bit different. Now, when you see in masks, when you start with eyes, so you want to look at my glasses, for example. So let's say a lot of masks will do their eyes kind of larger than normal, but for the person to actually see through it, so let's pretend these little rectangles are the slits of the mask that I would cut out to wear it. But I want my eyes to be bigger because I want someone to be able to experience it from somewhere further away from them just standing next to me. So that's why things on masks tend to be enlarged. And what I also would want to do here, I'm going to add some really cool colors to it. So let's say I just want to do some, sorry if it's shaking the table a little bit. And then I'm going to add actually even more color. So like I said, right now, I'm adding this color because blue and orange are complementary colors and they contrast each other, so they really pop. And that's kind of why I chose those colors. No other real reason. So like the eyes, many times mouths will be bigger or be drawn in certain ways so that they're enlarged and they have a greater effect. So I'm just going to do a mouth like this. How about that? And then I'm going to pretend in the middle, there's that little breathing hole. Okay, so how I'm going to color that in. So I'm going to choose a color like green. You would not normally think of a mouth being green, except maybe if you were a frog. So maybe this is a frog. Maybe it's a magical frog. Maybe it's a frog that no one's ever discovered. That's true. So I'm going to put in this green. Who knows? Maybe in some cultures, green means happy, or green means health, and maybe this is like a celebration for Earth Day, and green means nature, and so they want to put green there for a very expressive part of mask. Now I'm going to do one more thing. Now you can do tons of different things. I'm going to do one more thing just because I think it's pretty funny. I'm going to do it with my marker because I want to do some hair, but I only want it to come out from one spot because then it gets really kind of amazing that way, right? You kind of make it as long as you want to. And then there's my mask. So now that we're all being more familiarized with masks, having to wear them on a day-to-day basis, I want to just bring us back to the importance of masks and how no matter where you are in the world, masks are a part of our culture. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so proud of you, and I so appreciate you doing your artwork at home and always being creative. I wish you well. See you soon.